This will be for the Khan Academy exercise, unit circle with radians. All right, so you want to remember on the unit circle that one arm of the angle starts on the positive x-axis, okay? And when you travel counterclockwise around the circle, that is in the positive direction for the angle theta. Now, for each point that is on the circle, the x-coordinate is going to be the cosine of theta, and the y-coordinate is going to be the sine of theta. Now, for this particular exercise, if you want to convert radians to degrees, you want to remember that pi radians equals 180 degrees. All right, so here we have points A, B, and C plotted on the circle. And they want to know the coordinates of cosine of 3 pi over 4. All right, so it's the x or y coordinate of each point. I want to convert this to degrees, so let's do 3 pi over 4. Okay, recall that pi radians is 180 degrees. So if we were to convert 3 pi over 4, that's just going to be 3 times 180. And divided by 4. Okay, 180 divided by 4 is just 45. And 3 times 45 is 135. So if we go to the unit circle, remember we said the arm of the angle on the unit circle starts on the positive x-axis. And we go counterclockwise. So we're going to 135 degrees. Okay, from here to here is 90. And then a little further than that would be 135. So this right here is clearly going to point B. All right, if I had gone all the way to here, this would have been 180 degrees. All right, and of course, this just going to here would have been 90 degrees. So 135 is basically going to be in between 90 and 180. That's how I knew we landed on point B. Now, the x and y coordinates of this point, the x coordinate is the cosine of theta, but we said theta is 135. And the y-coordinate is the sine of theta. So that would be the sine of 135. All right, so x is the cosine, 135, and the y-coordinate is the sine of 135. And we're looking at point B. All right, so the cosine is the x-coordinate, and it's point B. So that's it. All right, here's our unit circle. What is the value of the y-coordinate of point A? All right, let's see. So they already gave us the angle here. All right, we really don't need to do the angle. It starts here at the positive x-axis, and if you travel this way, the angle is already given. The angle is 3 pi over 2. That's theta. Okay, 3 pi over 2 is your angle theta, and it lands on point A. Recall that we said the cosine is the x-coordinate. So for point A, the cosine of 3 pi over 2 is your x-coordinate, and the sine of 3 pi over 2 is your y-coordinate. All right, that's for this point A. This is the x, and that is the y. So that's it. All right, so the y-coordinate of point A is the sine of 3 pi over 2. All right, so here we have pi over 6 for just this angle right here. And they want to know the x-coordinate of point A. Well, let's see. We have to measure that angle now. All right, it starts here. And if we measure from here, that's going to be 90. This angle right here is 90, and that's going to be plus this one right here, pi over 6. So remember that if pi radians is 180 degrees, then if you wanted to do 90 degrees, since 90 is half of 180, and if you did half of pi would be 90 degrees, okay? So this angle here is pi over 6. This angle right here is just 1/2 pi, or pi over 2, same thing. All right, so this angle, this entire angle theta right here, it's going to be pi over 6 plus pi over 2. All right, that's pi over 6 plus pi over 2. Now, when you add fractions, you need a common denominator. Here we have a 6, here we have a 2. How do you get from 2 to 6? Well, you do times 3. So make sure you do times 3 on the top and the bottom. Okay, so in the numerator, pi times 3, that's going to be 3 pi. And the denominator, 2 times 3, is going to be 6. Now we can actually add. Okay, pi over 6, or 1 pi over 6, plus 3 pi over 6. 1 pi plus 3 pi is 4 pi. That's in the numerator. And the common denominator is 6. All right, reducing that fraction. 4 and 6 are both even. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And we still have pi. Okay, you can put it in the numerator or you can put it out front. That's the same thing. So this entire angle theta is actually 2/3 pi. And here's point A. Remember that, let me erase the A so I can write here. All right, and remember that we said the x-coordinate is the cosine. So that's going to be cosine of 2/3 pi. And the y-coordinate is going to be the sine of 2/3 pi. All right, theta is 2/3 pi, cosine is the x, sine is the y. So that's it. So x-coordinate for point A, we're looking for cosine. And we said theta was 2/3 pi. Cosine of 2/3 pi, or 2 pi over 3. Same thing. All right, for each point on the unit circle, select the angle that corresponds to it. All right, so some of you may need to convert this. Okay, here's angle A. In fact, I think it's better to get an estimation first for each one. Okay, so we start on the x-axis and we head in this direction. So right here, this going all the way to here would be 90. So this, I would say that is approximately 45 degrees. All right, I'll do the choices in a minute. And then if we went to B, if we went to point B, we started here. And we went around to point B right here. That's going to be about 90 plus another 45, maybe 60. Okay, so this is probably about 150 degrees. And one more time to point C, if we kept going. We went around this way, that's 90, 180, 270. I did that a little sloppy. Start here, 90, 180, 270, and a little bit further than 270. All right, going all the way to back to the start would be 360. So 270, this would be about 330 degrees. All right, so I'm sure there's an answer that's close for each one. So for 45, if you converted this to radians, remember we said pi is 180. And if you did half of pi, that's 90. And if you did half of that, half of a half is 1/4. And that'd be 45. So I'm guessing this is 1/4 pi, or pi over 4. All right, let's see. Yes, they have one right here. If I can erase this. For 45 degrees, they have one for pi over 4. All right. And then the one for 150. Let's see. 5 pi over 6. If we already used pi over 4. If we do 5 times 180 divided by 6, that's the same as 5 times 30. This right here equals 150, and that was our estimation, so we got that one. And this is 330. It's going to be a little less than 2 pi. All right. So I'm going with 7 pi over 4. If we did 7 times 180 divided by 4, all right, I get 315. So I said 330, but 7 pi over 4 would give us 315. That's close enough. This one here is less than 180. This is less than 180, so it can't be those two. It has to be this one. All right, so those are the only possible answers. All right, some of these you can get with process of elimination because you only use each one once, and there's only 4 choices.